Hello. If you clicked on this video, you definitely have wanted to hear my reasoning of why you should vote Ruby in the next rejoin. The BFB20 results were depressing for Ruby fans such as myself. She lost to Gelatin by 96 votes, which was a big fall for her as a character, getting eliminated for the first time ever. But to get to the main juice of this video, Ruby is a problem solver. She helps her team solve the challenges, and is a great team leader, as shown in BFB 13 and 14. She matured a lot between IF and BFB, but she still has her funky happy self, and can still bring laughs in when needed. But the thing about Ruby is that unlike Gelatin, she can become serious and focused in the situations that she needs to. She always does what's right, but like everyone, she makes mistakes and apologizes. She forgives people, like portrayed in BFDI. When Pencil was being mean to Ruby, she forgave Pencil multiple times. Ruby has helped her team in every single challenge in BFB post-split, and has helped a lot before the split as well. Ruby, in BFB 17, helped her team with the free smart van. In BFB 18, she tried her best to knock the other team's tower over. In BFB 19, she used herself to Project Sun at the plants, helping her team, and it's pretty obvious that the writers for BFB 20 thought she would stay in, because a lot of Gelatin's lines were suited for her personality. And this is what should have happened. Let's dig in deeper to what Ruby has done in BFB. In BFB 17, Ruby said no to getting X back, because everyone else was, and she has been taught, by being with the Alliance, to go with the majority, and not express herself. And she was also trying to memorize her times tables, which is kind of cute, and might have been helpful if she stayed in longer. Later in the episode, when Ruby found her team members, she comforted Bubble, after Bubble felt worried about being on a team with Leafy. Ruby tried to help soothe Bubble and Leafy's relationship, but when she was told not to, she stopped. She was also very woke and aware of the situation, so she asked for why she was on a different team than Blocky even though they're both red. When Gelatin opened up the supervan, Ruby acted as a team leader again, and drove her team back to Goiki. Again, she was aware of the situation, and asked Lollipop why she had a paint bucket, and when Lollipop told her it was none of her business, she quieted down. When Bubble asked if she should get X, Ruby was aware of the situation, and cared for Bubble, so she told Bubble not to get out because she's very fragile. When Ruby was told that they forgot Teardrop, without even thinking about the challenge, she zoomed back to get Teardrop, and because of Ruby's care for Teardrop, they got her back, but lost the challenge. Yet, Ruby still fell into the bottom 2, for some reason. When Balloony was revealed to be eliminated in BFB 18, Ruby was caring, and asked where Balloony was going to go. And when 4 said he's going to be RB, Ruby was obviously relieved that Balloony was going to be right back. And Ruby, later on in the episode, gives comic relief about the insulting War of 19. Ruby, again, is shown as woke and responsible, because she notices that they are falling behind again, and asks where Lollipop, Bubble, and Gelatin are. She even asks where Gelatin is, even though she was going to get eliminated in a race with him. Sure, she doesn't know this, but this proves that at least Ruby doesn't have any bad blood with Gelatin. But Ruby isn't whiny, because a minute later, she's battling with Taco, and helping her team. At the end of the episode, Ruby is talking to Lollipop, and since the radio is broken, Ruby doesn't realize her singing is annoying, so she continues with good intentions. This is proven in BFB 19, when she is shown to think that they were bonding, and she thought Lollipop was enjoying it, and wasn't purposely annoying her. Ruby helps her team later in the episode, but when she harms her team, and makes her team lose points, she apologizes, and it's obvious that it was a mistake. Ruby looks horrified, and super scared when Woody is burned to ash, unlike Gelatin, who looks like he is enjoying it. Later in the episode, Ruby is shown to act responsible, and asks where they got the spaceship, as she doesn't want to put her team into danger. And at the start of BFB 20, she is worried about putting her team in danger, so she asks about the spaceship's open windows, and advises Gelatin to keep his tongue outside, because she knows the disaster that will occur. To save her team, she tells Leafy to download more air, because Leafy's the closest to the tablet. And in that episode, she gets eliminated. We don't see a lot of Ruby later on in the series or episode. Ruby is the most deserving candidate of rejoining. Pick her over Bracelety because she actually helps the team. #SaveRuby. Thank you all for watching, and I really hope you do pick Ruby to rejoin in BFB 23.